Friends, in this video for iThought Wealth, I'm going to talk to you on the topic, my favorite teams. Every investor has favorite teams, and my favorite teams keep changing. They keep changing with time, with valuation, with opportunity. Sometimes new teams find more favor over existing teams, which means that existing teams gradually lose favor. Now I'm going to talk to you about teams which I think I really like for 2022 and beyond. The first theme I like is tourism. I think that India is an underexplored land and Indians are under-traveled. Over the next few years, tourism is certainly going to do extremely well. I don't have to tell you about the kind of pent-up demand that is there, the feeling in people that they have been bottled up in one place for too long, the psychosis which two waves of COVID and a third fear of Omicron has made us, what it has turned us into. All these things are really creating a great opportunity for travel and tourism. You all know that India is going to have an explosion in airports. So the Udan scheme is going to reach places it never reached. All these will directly benefit tourism in our country. The problem before us is, how do you play tourism? Do you play it through the outbound route? Do you play it by buying asset heavy businesses? Do you buy asset light businesses? Do you buy aviation? Do you buy hotels? Do you buy other service providers for tourism like companies that run theme parks, businesses which provide other ancillary services to tourism? That's a call each of us needs to make. As far as I am concerned, my approach is to buy a basket and wait for a very long time. It's not been easy over the last 2 years having conviction or even maintaining conviction in tourism. But I believe that the reward that we get as investors is precisely for maintaining that conviction when nobody wants to keep it going. When people want to bail out, the guys who stay in the game confident that they will win it will be the big winners. You saw what happened during COVID in NBFCs. Those who stuck to their conviction in that game were rewarded disproportionately. I'm sure they never anticipated this, but the disproportionate reward was for the conviction. I believe travel and tourism is also likely to reward disproportionately in the future. Now, when, I don't know, but I'm quite certain it will happen. The next theme which I really like is infra. India is going to see an infra boom in this decade like never before. You're going to see an explosion of development activity. You're going to see private capital coming into the country to participate in infrastructure. The government intent to monetize assets it has already created will bring in investors, will create a market for financial products which carry infrastructure assets, but it will also do one more thing. It will lighten the government and allow it to create more new assets. These assets will be created at a much faster pace than we have seen in history. The national infrastructure pipeline is not about sloganeering, it's about building assets concertedly for many years, and I am quite confident that this program will go on well beyond the general election of 2024. There is no looking back. Now, as investors, how do we participate in infrastructure? This has always been a challenge. So, we need to find parts of the infra chain which are seeing better allocation of capital or improving capital efficiency, or which are certainly going to handle leverage more comfortably. We need to catch the right parts of the value chain. That's up to each investor. But we are going to see ports, we are going to see airports, we are going to see railway stations, we are going to see private trains, we are going to see rail tourism, we are going to see a charter jet business taking shape in our country where private jets are available. We are going to see the caravan industry take off. We are going to see so many businesses that will derive from creation of this infrastructure. Now, that is what you need to really look at and find which part of this you like. We also have businesses in EPC, you have businesses which will set up logistic companies, you will have businesses which create infrastructure which are going to become vehicles for assets. So, the opportunities are just going to explode in infrastructure, but selecting what we want to participate in is going to be difficult. It's going to be very nuanced in what kind of businesses we choose to participate in. That's not going to be easy. We'll need to figure out how best we can participate in these areas. While I spoke about infra, I forgot to mention the key areas where reform, where we are going to see transformation both in terms of thinking and in terms of implementation. One is water and the other is energy. Now, these two areas are actually more than just about infra, they are about utilities, right? And they are about providing services to people in a very concerted way. These two areas, energy and water, are going to see tremendous change, and that's another area where we should focus upon and catch parts of the value chain where we can participate in. You've all seen how a Tata Power went from 27 to 275 and it's trading a little lower now. This all happened in anticipation of the reforms in the energy space. We are also going to see a lot of reform in water because the Jal Jeevan mission is a very big idea, and you're going to see much bigger ideas in water over the next decade. So, this is not a one-off, this is not something related to just one budget or just one government or one term. I think it will run across terms, across governments, and we are going to see opportunity, multi-year opportunity coming to companies. So, that is something that you need to focus upon and find how best you can play these opportunities. These are just two ideas that I have spoken about. I'll continue to talk about more ideas in the coming videos. Do stay tuned with us on this journey. We'd love to have you. Thank you very much.